Everybody, it's your girl Trina. I just want to thank you for making the choice to click in to chat with Trina. Tonight, I am chatting with one of my favorite Zydeco performers, Nathan Williams Jr., aka Lil Nate, aka Baby Boy of Zydeco.
Hello, everybody. This is Miss Trina with Chat with Trina, and I am so honored. I'm here with Lil Nate, Nathan Williams Jr. How are you, sir?
Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited. And I've talked to you so many times. Like we've just sat and talked. And why am I nervous today? I don't know. I'm never nervous to talk, but I'm nervous today.
You shouldn't be.
Okay, so your birthday's coming up. I want to say that first. When is that? November, right?
Yeah, November the 18th is my
18th. Okay, I thought it was. I knew it was November. I knew you and Paul were in the same month.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to it. I know you are from Louisiana, the Boots, but what part?
I'm actually from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay, is that where you still reside?
Yes, ma'am.
You live where that Waffle House is?
The what?
The Waffle House right there. Don't you pass there going?
That's no. My parents live close.
Oh, okay. I remember being at the Waffle House and you passing by and somebody said, that's Lil Nate passing by.
Oh, God.
Yep. So what high school did you attend and graduate from?
Northside High School, Lafayette.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did you play any sports or anything?
Yeah, I was a defensive end football.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Did you think you were gonna be pro?
Nah, but
you never
I tried my luck and I tried out at UL Lafayette one semester, but that's when I realized that wasn't for me.
That wasn't your ministry.
No.
Did you play music when you were in high school? Were you in
yeah, I was in the choir. I could not do band and football, so I made the decision to just be in the choir because, of course, band students have to play for the football games. So I wasn't.
Oh. Okay. Yep. So years ago, I heard this about you. I heard this. I don't know if it's a rumor or story, but it's a story. It says when you began to show interest in performing live, your dad said that you had to go to college, graduate college before you could perform live. Is that true?
He didn't make me go to college, but it was emphasized that it was necessary that I do that.
Okay.
I feel like he was more of a motivation than someone that was kind of
okay,
stressing and threatening.
So he stressed education, and your parents did stress education to you guys.
Yes, that was always an issue that was brought up where they talked to me about how important it is to get your education. So I took heed of that and continued on.
My oldest daughter always says, "God didn't make my younger daughter do this, that, especially dishes." She says she was 20. She was 20 by the time you made her do dishes. So you have a little brother.
Yeah.
So did he have the same? Did your dad kind of emphasize the same thing to him before he really started doing all that, or did he get away with it easier?
As far as education goes, I think he got away with a lot of stuff, as far as education goes. But he's so talented at what he does. He stays busy with his studio equipment and playing with me and stuff like that. So he's pretty busy doing that. But I don't think it was stressed to him.
Yeah. What about your sister? Which is the oldest? Is it your sister, you, and then your brother? I don't try to say his name because I always say it wrong and he looks at me crazy. Nayland. Okay.
My sister is in the middle, and he's the baby.
He's the real baby boy.
Yeah, he's the real baby.
Your brother. So he likes the background. He likes the productions and the music, that part. Am I correct? I've never talked to him, but it seems like that.
I think he's getting more into doing his own thing, but sometimes when we talk, he'll stress how he sees what I go through as a band leader, and he'll say, "Man, I don't see how you do it, or how you stay so calm." But he's more of a technical,
right.
He likes to work the knobs. He likes to do the sound and camera work and lighting and all that stuff. So that's where his expertise is right now.
Okay. And what college did you attend, and what was your major?
UL Lafayette. I majored in jazz studies, and my
Oh,
performance was jazz piano.
okay. It's a performer. His name is Dominic Hammonds that I promote a lot. He plays the violin
All
and
right.
plays all kind of violin, but he majored in jazz performance, but he plays all kind of hip. Matter of fact, I've challenged him to get with some Zydeco people and play some Zydeco music. He
All
did a
right.
great rendition of whiskey, Tennessee whiskey.
All
Oh
right.
my God, you've got to hear it, but it's awesome. But so I know you just finished, or you're almost finished with your master's.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm
Are you finished? Or you almost finished?
I'm at the finish line. I'll finish in December.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's it in?
A jazz performance as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is that what you're going to teach eventually?
Okay, so when you get into the educational stuff, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I started in 2004 with my bachelor's in jazz studies, graduated in '08, and then I continued on into my alternative certification for educational music, which was vocal music. So I was like 99% finished that. So with those credentials, I can teach vocal music on the high school, pre-K through high school level. Well, 2013, I was offered to be an adjunct and teach Zydeco music at the university with this new program that they created called the Traditional Music Program. So I started doing that, and then that wasn't enough. So I decided that I wanted to pursue my master's. So in the fall of 19, I started doing that. So when I'm finished with everything, which will be December, I'll be certified in vocal music, and I'll have a master's in jazz piano. So it's kind of just all coinciding with each other.
And so it's going to make you be able to be a bit marketable. Like I have a master's, but I can only teach kind of one thing, but I'm going back for like a certification for 18 more hours so I can teach more. Yeah,
So
kind of like that.
I'll be in vocal, piano, pedagogy for teaching in piano.
Gotcha.
You have some musicology stuff that's involved with that, music theory stuff. So it's a well-rounded program. So
do you like college or high school teaching better, or do you like them both about the same?
Well, I'm teaching, and I just started a position at the high school, so I'm learning now what it feels like to teach on the high school level. I always subbed on elementary or middle school level, and then of course I was an adjunct in the college level. But I don't know yet. I don't know what.
Because the year hasn't even got started real good yet either. Yeah. Well, I used to do I used to be the advisor for people that wanted to start teaching. And I remember one of the girls went to her, what do they call it? When you student teach?
Yeah.
She came back the next day, like 2 days later, was like, Miss Trina, no, I don't want to be a teacher anymore. I was like, what did they do to her? Why did you decide to go teach?
I decided to teach because at this point in my career, I feel there's a lack of male teachers, shall we say? And I get that a lot. Even during my studies, my professors always stress to me how, man, this is a great thing you're doing. We need more males teaching. And it's just, I feel like as a performer, not being conceited or anything, but I feel like we can influence kids a little more than regular people can at some points in time. And it's really showing its true colors now in high school because I get a great response from my students. So for me to have been in the industry doing performing music and making business decisions and all that stuff, to go into a school where kids are being motivated to play music, well, they can get some of my experience and my tips on what I've been through. So I think it's important, number one, to be a male in the school system, and number two, to have the experience that I have being around my father and all the great musicians to be an inspiration.
Yeah, we definitely shortage of male teachers, and you guys can be such role models, which is what especially our little Black and brown babies definitely need. Are you a strict instructor?
On the college level, I would say yeah. But high school, I think I'm more motivational than strict. I think my methods are more accepted and not rebelled against because of the way that I, put it out there. And of course, like I said, being at the school that I am in Louisiana, a lot of the students know me from what I do, and they respect.
I was just about to ask you, do they know that you are Lil Nate?
Right. But in class, I'm Mr. Williams.
You're Mr. Williams. What about the college students? Did they ever try you? Like, probably not.
What do you
Because
mean?
you're Lil Nate versus Mr. Williams or Professor Williams?
Try me as in like show up late for class.
Late for class. Think, oh, that's just Lil Nate. He cool. Did they ever do anything like that? Or did you set the standard first day that I am Instructor Williams?
I never got a bad vibe. In college, man, a lot of the students are a little more mature. So most of them want to be in the class that I teach. Most of them want to be there because they're interested in the culture. Right. So they're kind of excited about being there. Right. I've never really had a problem disciplinary with a student.
Okay. That's cool. I will say that I'm doing middle school. I come from the college, higher ed for community college, and I'm at a middle school, and that's the difference is that college, the students are there because they want to, they're paying, versus middle school students, they like, I don't have time for this, so it's a little different. Right. Do you play any other instruments besides the accordion?
Yes, I do. I play the drums. Yes. I was a washboard player at one time.
Oh, okay.
I play keyboards as well.
Yeah, I think you played. I came to see you. You and Paul did. It was in Louisiana, and someone was running for office, and y'all switched. I think he played the drums a minute. You played the drums, and somebody was doing the accordion. That was so cool. But that's when I first. Oh, he played the drums, and so okay. Do you name your accordions?
I named a few of them.
Oh, real?
Yeah. I have a black accordion that I named Darkness, and a silver one that the name is Ice.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
But I don't know.
Okay, but you do name some of them.
Yeah, those two that I just mentioned, they actually have that name engraved in the accordion.
So how did you choose your band name, the Big Timers?
Oh man, that was weird. That was a weird situation. Of course, my dad, Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas, was always a great influence. And when I started my group in 2002, it was actually supposed to be named Lil Nathan and the Zodiacal Cha-Chas. Well, because I wanted to be, like my dad, I always wanted to be like my dad. And then, we decided last minute that my dad thought Lil Nathan and the Zodiacal Good Timers was a good name. And I was like, man, the Good Timers, that's not doing it for me. And at that time, the Big Timers, the rap group, were pretty popular. The Big Timers, I think, what's those guys' name? Lil Wayne and all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right, out of New Orleans. So I was like, well, what about the Big Timers? And then we thought about it. And we said, yeah, that's good. So we actually used the Big Timers, but we put an I in time as opposed to a Y, like, those guys in New Orleans did with the Lil Wayne and those guys. So and it stuck. It stuck, But I said it was funny because it was a true story. Like when I recorded my first album, I'm saying Lil Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas on the record. But when we decided to graphical design, it says Lil Nathan and the Zydeco Big Timers. So that name has stuck with us for a while. And then, as time progressed, we started to gradually get more fans. And then, we called ourselves Big Timer Nation because we felt like we had a lot of people that supported us. Oh my God. And then we got Natoration. and
everybody. Natoration diva. I'm an honorary Natoration diva.
Yeah. And then you got the Lajon Riders. You got, so many people started to show us love and then creating groups. You got people that created trail ride groups off of some of the names of my song.
Wow.
It's like you got the Go Hard Riders, you got the Ride or Die Riders. You got so many people that it's like, man, this is really becoming a great thing,
That's what I'm gonna say. How does that feel? Like, I mean, I'm sure it's like a high almost sometimes, especially when you're performing in front of a big crowd.
It's cool, man. it's very moving.
Yeah.
When you see people that support what you do, love what you do. It's even more heartwarming when I see a lot of the young kids jamming the music. And then when I see some of the elderly people jamming the music, because we do a lot of adult homes performances. And then of course I go to schools and do pep rallies and kind of give the kids some little inspiration. And
that's cool.
It's cool, man. It's real fun. I never thought that it would be as popular as it is.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to play. I always just wanted to play, but then when I was like, man,
it bit you.
I could make money doing this.
Oh, that's definitely the motivation.
I could travel doing this,
Yeah.
So it became, even more inspirational.
When you did, I can't say the name right. L'Argent, whatever, however you say, basically your face. L'Argent. Okay. That one. The A is silent.
I don't know. I guess la.
So L'Argent. Okay.
Most French people say la. They wrote in or l'Argent.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I can't even say. I've been trying to say Ardoin right, and I can't say that right, so I gave that up. God. Anyway, so that was the. Am I correct? But that was like the big break. Was that the song that kind of did it for you?
Yeah, that was it. That was the smash hit in the Zodiacal world that people knew me for, and then when I thought it couldn't get no better, then Here Comes Bass in Your Face, and that became the song. Yeah. And then Go Hard or Go Home with Kevin Gates became the song. And, every now and then people are like some new stuff, a lot, yada, yada. But it was always one or two songs on the album that I had to play. Cowgirl Swag, all that stuff. So, we were fortunate, man.
But you mentioned doing stuff for the elderly. Tito, rest in peace, miss him so much. But that's something. Yeah, we're not crazy. Crazy. But he used to do that. And I don't know if people know that, but for Valentine's Day and one other holiday, I think it was Thanksgiving, he opened up the club, the Big Side, and he would have people bust in elderly people to come in and just dance. Drinks were free. He fed them. Like, it was really, really cool. It was a cool thing. And so when you said that, it made me think about that. What he did for them.
Blessings on top of blessings, man. Like when I believe that when you do things for people, it circles. It comes full circle.
Absolutely.
Everybody need to pay it forward and do great things, man. And
Yeah.
Yep.
And it'll come back too. Shout out your band members. You have so many. Do you know them all?
Oh man. Yeah, I know.
Test quiz.
Oh, so right now the band members
right now. Yeah.
The band members right now is we have Cameron Ballou on drums, Lance George on bass, Broderick Freeman on keys, Isaiah Savoy on guitar. Isaiah Williams on railboard, my cousin.
Two Isaiahs.
My little brother, Nayland Williams on keyboard as well. And then, of course, you got the equipment managers that keep everything going. Pop, Mr. Darius, Lil Pop. You got Tyler Arsenal. And my cousin who's joined us, great, tremendous help. He's helping with driving and doing the sound, Dwan Francis. So that was a big help.
That's a big help. That driving and unloading and stuff. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I tried to get the ZBT Awards to start to make an award for that.
They need to.
It ain't work yet, but I told them. I brought it up about two years in a row, so I'll try it again. But I think that's an award because, I mean, you need the sound people. You need the people moving the equipment. They're important too.
Gotta have all
that. Back to your brother again. I'm jumping all over the place. Is your brother planning to start his own band?
He actually has an album right now that I don't know what's going on, why he don't want to put it out right now, but he's got a lot of music recorded with with him being the front man, and we put out a couple of singles on him, and when the album come out, it's gonna be something to reckon with, man, because he's he's so far talented than I am as far as creating, you know. That's gonna be nice. Stuff like that is what I'm interested in, is like producing my dad, and he has a project coming out, and then my little brother, you know, helping him get his stuff together, and we putting our brains together to do our own projects, you know. As far as things go now, Cha Cha Records is my dad's record label, which myself, my brother, and my dad is on the label. But Cha Cha Studios is our studio facility where we create all our projects here. We track here, we overdub here, we do our commercials here, we do music video editing, our motion flyers, all that. And we also have clients come in and we track them and, you know, produce them, mix and master them as well.
Okay, I have seen you in a few pictures with people that come through. Do you like producing more than you like performing?
I think that's starting to become what it is.
So when somebody asks me what is Zydeco, is really, I get tongue tied. So I always say, well, it's like Tejano, kind of. So if somebody asks you what Zydeco is, what would you say?
Zodiacal music to me is a compilation of blues, jazz, gospel, kind of mixed in together. That's the foundation to me of it. Clifton Chenier, who was the king of Zydeco, if you go back and you listen to his music, you were listening to little rock and roll, blues, jazz, little gospel as well, all fused together. And the accordion was the lead instrument, as opposed to in jazz, you'd have a piano being the lead instrument, or blues, you'd have a guitar, or jazz, saxophone, gospel, you know, lead vocalist or organ. So the accordion was the lead instrument, and the rub board as well.
Is that why I hear Tejano? Is that why I think Tejano?
I'm not sure
maybe?
why you think Tejano. The accordion definitely is why you think Tejano, but at the same time, the Zydeco, when we talk about Clifton Chenier, was played on a different accordion than Tejano. So when you hear the foundation of Zydeco, not Creole music, not the newer style, what we hear today, that's the basis of it. And then, of course, you had instrumentation joining that with saxophones, keyboards, drums, amplification, guitars, bass. And then from there, I feel like Clifton Chenier was fused with a lot of the popular music at his time. You know, so if Chuck Berry was popular, or Lil Richard was popular, or Ray Charles, you can hear that influence in his music as well. So as the timeline trickles down, when you hear other musicians, you can kind of hear the popular music of that time being implemented into that music. So that's why when you hear my music, you might hear more of an R&B and more of a rap situation being fused with the accordion and the rub board and all the other stuff, you know?
Gotcha.
So that's how I look at it.
Do you have any pushback? I know when I first started listening to Zydeco, I knew that there was like a pushback because of that's not real Zydeco. At this time, have we gotten past that? Are people now more open to the change of the new Zydeco, if you will?
I think the audience that support me is used to it. You know, I still think like we all have our own favorites, and it's understandable. What you like, someone else might not like.
Right, that's true.
What I like, someone else might not like. But at the end of the day, you know, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have an audience or fan base. So I'm in my lane doing my thing, and then you have people that are critics that want me to do other things, but for now, that's what worked for me, you know. So it would be crazy for me to undo what I've done to go do something that might not even work for me, you know. So I just think that every artist should do what they feel in whatever's working for them, you know. Because what works for me might not work for somebody else.
Exactly.
You
know? I know that you have, which is one of my favorite times, is when you play the R&B music, as end up being because I'm a swing out dancer, so I like R&B. But And saying that, do you still play like an old school? I was talking to Joe Norman, and he was saying he still likes it when the bands do like play a song like a waltz. Do you still in some of your shows do that?
It depends on the venue. Of course, you know.
You ain't gonna do that at Prospect Park.
believe it or not, Zydeco is commercialized in the Gulf Coast area. And I have my own original material, which I have some waltz in my collection. But it depends on where I am. I mean, I'm here to please the people. And if they want to jump up and down all night, we're gonna jump up and down all night. If they want to do some Southern soul, swing out country, if they want to do some old school Zydeco, if they want to waltz, I'm gonna give it to them. So you might catch me one night where I'm at a trail ride and we jumping up and down all night. You know, the energy.
Right.
You might catch me at a nightclub and I'm doing some swing out music. So I try to be well rounded and play so much music to record so much music in varieties to where I could pull any one of those tools out the bag. You know, but it's still incorporated in the music. It's just depending on where I'm at. You know, and I think that's what every artist should be, is a person to be a comedian, chameleon, wherever you are, you know, adapt to where you are, you know.
Okay. You don't know it, so this is kind of a shout out to you and actually Brian Jack. So I do talk about you and Brian Jack a lot when I'm talking about different things, because you both are very professional. The times that I've worked with y'all a lot. I don't know if you remember, but I had what was supposed to have been a festival. That's when I first met you and first worked with you. That's when I knew nothing about Zydeco, really. Had the lineup all crazy. I had you first. It was crazy. But anyway, that's when I first met you. And but anyway, you were always professional. You answer your calls. If you don't answer your calls, you have a recording that says, hey, I can't talk to you on the weekend, but I call you on Monday. And then you return calls. And I just wanted to say that publicly, that I really appreciate that about you, is that you are professional. And it's just something that I say it to a lot of people. When people call and say, hey, I need a band, and I'm naming people, I said, well, call Nate. He's very professional. He'll definitely call you back. Don't be offended if you don't answer. He'll call you back. Brian Jack, the same way. I say the same thing. So I just wanted you to know that I do appreciate that part of, because some people think music and bands is just, it's not a business, but it's a business. You know what I mean?
It is.
So without getting booked.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
You're welcome. Without people booking you, you don't have you ain't playing. So
you gotta answer the phone.
You gotta get that. So without saying what events they are there any events that you would say no to?
Oh man, that is a tough question.
Because you know they say Nate play anywhere, Nate gonna play whatever.
Oh man. Yeah, if it was something that really offended me or my family or you know, my culture,
definitely,
then I would probably refuse.
Okay.
You know, there's some events that could probably misrepresent who I am or who my family is or who my affiliates are, and I wouldn't do it. But for the most part, thank God I hadn't been called by none of those.
Exactly. Thank God.
Yeah,
we don't want you at no rallies.
Yeah,
so, with that being said, since I've been involved in Zydeco on this side of things, I know that back in the day, before I knew what Zydeco was, there were women, but now it seems like it's such a male-dominated business or industry. Even the promoters, like I had to, when Tito came to me and said, hey, I want to start having a Zydeco Sunday. Couldn't get nobody to do it for me. I had to go get somebody to help me to start it. So on that note, I didn't get no money for Zydeco Sundays, just FYI, because it got taken away from me because I could. So being a woman, that's what happened to me. But as soon as a man called him on the phone, Zydeco Sundays jumped off at the Red Rooster. And so I'm saying that, you know, I want to give a shout out to Erica Nocturnal, I think is her name. She's awesome. She does good with a Prospect. And Marilyn Porter, I hope I'm saying the right Marilyn.
I think it's Portier.
Yeah. Those two ladies they do pretty well. But my question to that is, do you think that women will, do you know why, or do you think women will ever get that? Because I see women playing the accordion one day and next week they ain't playing no more.
Okay. All right. First, let me address the booking situation. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'll be honest with you. I think more women book me than men.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
Like when the trail ride organizations call me and stuff like that, a lot of times their secretaries are women, so they call.
Really?
So
Okay.
I do get a lot of bookings from women and men
Okay.
and all that good stuff. So
oh, well, that's good to know.
I've never really been biased. I just think sometimes you might catch me on a bad day where I got a lot of stuff going on and I have to call you back. And you know, sometimes things just one call leads to another call or whatever. I don't think we've ever had that problem.
No,
I mean,
we haven't. No,
I've always
definitely no.
answered the phone for you, or if I didn't, I called you back, or if you
Definitely
wanted to
no, we didn't.
And
I'm kind of thinking generally, just is it a male dominated business, even with them playing in a band? Like there's no women bands.
Okay. So I was adjusting the booking stuff first.
Okay.
Of course. So and vice versa. Like when I call you to do some things promotion wise or whatever, you always answer. So I feel like I've been pretty well rounded and
yeah,
who I
definitely
communicate with as far as booking stuff. But when you talk about female musicians, I don't know why.
Zydeco specific.
Yeah, there was a couple of females that were picking up the accordion, and then of course I don't see them anymore, you know. But I've done shows with females that play accordion and sing and
and I've seen them win some awards. Like so I know they're out there. It's just
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what people priorities are, so I really can't tell you why the shortage of it.
But so you don't think it's something that, you know, I can't even think of the word that I want to use. So, but you don't really think it's that then? You don't think it's any type of bias? It's just maybe that's something they're doing that's fun.
No, you had some popular women in Zydeco. Rosalie Dead was one of the most popular Zydeco musicians. Queen Ida, I think she won a Grammy.
Really?
Queen Ida. Go back in the history books and Clifton Chenier. Around that time, there was a female accordion player, Creole accordion player named Queen Ida, and she's still playing. I think she's in her 70s or something. She's still performing.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Rosie, who did you say? Is it Ledette?
Rosa Ledette.
I think she's coming here in a few weeks to do a video.
She still plays.
Okay, yeah. I haven't saw any of. I've seen them on video. Someone showed me some videos of them. Again, I should say I'm a baby of Zydeco, so I'm still. You see, I'm calling Zydeco Tejano. So, I was pleasantly surprised, but excited when I saw that you wrote a book. And let me see if I have the name right. The Bayou Adventures of Lithium Natron. Natron Saves the Festival. Is it gonna be a series?
Yeah. I'm working on the second edition right now. So basically, what the first edition was, the Bayou Adventures of Lithium Natron. Well, Lithium Natron, of course, LN stands for Lil Nate, but Lithium Natron is a musician who fights crime on the weekend. Fights crime during the weekend, plays music on the weekend. We came up with the festival situation because of Louisiana culture, you know, the animals in the area, swampland, and basically Natron, he goes out and he helps Mr. Cha-Cha to get his concert started because Mr. Cha-Cha's accordion got stolen. So of course, Mr. Cha-Cha was my dad in the book. So my daddy is the accordion player, and my little brother is Paul the Pelican, who's the drummer in the story as well. You know, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
What made you do a children's book?
Because I knew at some point I was going to teach in the school system, and of course I have kids now, so I wanted my kids to see something that they can, you know, enjoy right now, because of course they can't go to no clubs or trail rides or nothing, but just something that they could remember me by, as far as, you know, my dad, author, and then also just influencing the younger students. Like now my book is being passed around in like daycares and in the school system as well. So that's pretty cool, you know.
It is.
I just like to reach everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I've reached adults. Thank God for that. And you know, college students I'm playing a lot of colleges now. Tailgate parties for football games.
I would say, did you used to do the homecoming as well?
I did Southern's. I think I did Southern's homecoming, if I'm not mistaken. I did their tailgate parties for sure, but I think I did their homecoming. And then of course UL Lafayette. I play a lot of the tailgate parties there. I did some at McNeese, Nicholls State University. Going to TCU in 2021 to do a grant funded program there. So there's the college level. I'm getting there, but it's still like I felt like I needed to reach the kids. So the book series is going to help. And then the second edition, which I was just mentioning to you, is going to be based upon Texas. So I can't really give everything away, but you know, it's going to be Texas influence. And then we're just going to go from city to city and you know, keep this series going as best as possible.
Okay, I like that. So how can we purchase it? Is it on Amazon or?
Yeah, the book is on Amazon. It's on ebooks with Barnes and Nobles, Walmart. I'm missing some distributors, but Amazon, Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Nobles, all the other little distributors.
Yeah. One of the reasons I started this show is because I talked about it 10 years ago, but I just now decided to start doing it. I like to talk, first of all, but I'm a history buff, and I like to know how people got to this point. So I read biographies, autobiographies. Most of these books up here are autobiographies, so that's what I like to do. So anyway, would you ever write a biography about your dad? That would be cool.
I never thought about that. My dad has a lot of material out on himself from you know, people all over. We never thought about that, but we are working on a family documentary. My family is hilarious. When I tell you we have so many great attributes as a family, like all my family is talented. Everybody had a trade. Everybody did something unique. My dad just so happened was a musician, and also my uncle, but he's an artist as well. So we're working on that documentary situation.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
And I'm working on my book based upon my life, which I will not put out right now. Definitely not putting that out right now. But when my career is over, I will definitely put that book out.
Then we can all read the other stuff.
Yeah, then y'all can read everything, and you know, it'd be too late by then.
You won't need us to come to the show.
Right. This pandemic was great. It wasn't great for people,
right?
But for me, this pandemic situation really opened my eyes to how much time, if I have time for myself, what I can do as far as putting the book out.
Right.
My God, man, I have a cider beer that we created, me and one of my students. So we're going to be distributing a new drink for people.
Okay. My daughter don't drink, so she drinks cider. So that'd be something she can look into.
Yeah. So we're creating that a chain of that. We have I think 5 flavors.
Okay.
So that's my next project. We've been doing so many things, man. Like the second edition of the book.
That's what, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's what I've been saying to everybody. Like it was a bad thing, but then again, those of us that was running and doing this and doing that, and then you couldn't stop to do other stuff that you wanted to do. This was like that time for me. Yeah. You know, reflecting too.
Yeah. It was some good meditation time, man, to realize how fortunate that I am, you know, to have been working so much, and we had some family time involved with this period, and just doing some of the things that normal people would do, like going fishing on the weekends, or you know, or going do some other things that I wouldn't normally get to do. And I was like, man, like
this feels good.
I learned to budget, you know.
I still haven't got there yet.
I'm like, man, like I'm paying attention to what's going on. It's like, man, I got a budget now.
Yeah, that is true. I time, and I think that's what everybody said. Family time was
Right,
something that you really got to do.
right. And it's just to let society know, by no means, it's always better to laugh than to cry. So I mean, this was a hurting period for myself and for a lot of the musicians. So I'm not making a joke of it. It's just, it's a realization, you know, of, man, this is what I had and here's where I am. And now I gotta make do with what I have, you know. So it was good, man. It was good it was a good learning experience. I needed that to grow as a person. You know, I needed to realize certain areas of my life that I was neglecting, you know, to move forward as a man, you know. So but of course, you know, I'm always working. So
but it wasn't the same thing. Like you weren't doing the same grind. You was able to do some tap into some other things, is what I thought.
Things, man.
What I like. And every musician that I've talked to, that's kind of what they said. You know, it was music that they wanted. They never had time to write this music that they wanted to write. They wanted to try different type of music. It was just different things like that they didn't get to do. And you said fishing. I thought I saw you with a fish.
Right.
I think I saw you on a boat. I saw you somewhere because you're on. I follow you on. I'm on LinkedIn as well, so I see yourself on LinkedIn sometimes. But is that what you do? Because I was gonna ask you, what do you do to relax and chill, just away from the hustle and bustle? What is your chill time thing?
My chill time. Okay, so cool. So I like to eat seafood. I'm a seafood lover. I love crawfish, all kind of seafood. So I like to go eat, you know, and I love to fish. I love to fish. Go out on the water and just be, you know, at peace. Because, you know, when you're in the city and you're doing so much music things, there's so much things on your mind. So I like to do that. I actually like to go to the gun range, shoot my guns. They're finally getting some work in. I like to work out.
Okay.
That's something that I love to do as well. And then I started cycling too, man. I bought me a bike. I'm always getting into something. I don't know why, but I got convinced to
but
get
that's good stuff. That's like relaxing stuff.
Yeah. So I got me a cycle bike and I went on my first trail and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't walk after. my back, it felt like my back had fell. But it's cool though, you know, like that was something. I got to see some different things. So that's beginning to be a hobby. I always pick up a hobby some kind of way of some stuff that nobody would ever think that I would do. But
have you done anything with the kids? Has that been nice to be able to be with them on the weekend?
Yeah. I go and visit my daughter and my son and stuff like that. So
cute. Like I bet you. Well, I know you're a softie because I've heard you. You were talking to me about business, but you was talking to her and baby talk, and I was like, oh, so she melts your heart. I already know.
Oh yeah, my daughter is. Man, those kids are so smart now, man. She's so articulate. Her linguistics is so good. I'm like, man, I still can't
like
talk.
that.
But it's like, man, they learn so much at the little facility that she goes to, and she's so straightforward of what she wants. And then of course, man, my son, he's trying to talk now, and they got so many emotions and stuff like that when I go and see him, and it's like, bro, these kids was I like that when I was small? Because they know what they want to do, man. They do. My son, if he don't want something to eat, he'll let you know he don't want it. And if he wanted, he wanted now. So it's like, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And kids change you.
Right.
They definitely change you. I have a 29. She finna be 29, and I have a 21 just turned 25. And they I just realized that I'm an empty nester. I still thought I was a mama, but they trying to make me not. It's hard to let go, you know.
Right.
But you do. Important thing I want to ask. So I ask a lot of the performers, if someone asks them to perform, would they perform? But you're already performing. Are you scared a little bit?
As in
scared with the virus and being out there? Do you have anything in your contract or your agreement to help with safety, or are you doing anything different?
Yeah, I have some things implemented in the contract.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of times, you know, people, when you have an abundance of people, it's hard to control that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the good thing now is that the staging has been, besides a few venues, the stages have been so far from the audience. And not being rude, so I'm gonna state this on camera. Like a lot of times I play and I get in my truck and I leave. It's not to be offensive. Everybody that knows me knows that I try my best to take pictures with everybody. And I still sneak some in, but it's like I try to get in and get out because, you know, we got
that was what I was thinking.
Yeah. So
which is, it's sad, but it's kind of what we have to do for now.
Right. But when my book comes out, there's going to be a lot of revelations in that book, man. I went through a lot of stuff over the last 10 to 15 years of my life, and it goes back to my childhood. Some important stuff that people really didn't know about me emotionally, and all that good stuff. So
let me ask this then. I got to interrupt on this. So let me go ahead and ask this, because we cool, so you know I'm not trying to offend you or anything like that. Right. So when you did come to play for me at that festival, you were a little standoffish. Okay. And and then as time went on, I said, okay, maybe he's shy. I always try to think that about him. Maybe he's shy. I don't know. But as time went on, you changed, your personality changed. But let me back up though. You were like that, but you still were very friendly and on the phone. So I remember me and the guy that owned it, we called you and we were trying to work some numbers and you were actually helping us. So you were cool and professional, but that, even taking pictures, you didn't seem like that was your favorite thing to do at the time. But as time has moved on throughout the years, I've watched and observed that your personality has changed. You seem more comfortable in the, I don't want to use the word fame, but your celebrity, whatever, you seem more comfortable and you look like you're okay now. Like, I hate to say it like that, okay now, but you know what I mean? Is this something, was it true? Were you shy back then, or were you just not?
Well, I mean, everybody that knows me personally knows that I suffered from acne as a teenager, and and I wasn't comfortable. It still bothers me to take pictures because, I mean, of course, sometimes I might break out or whatever. So that aspect of my life is one reason why I just didn't want to take no pictures, you know. Gotcha. And it's not that I didn't want to, but it's just it
wasn't comfortable.
You know, right. So that was one aspect of it. And just, you know, I'm the type of person, I don't really have too many friends at all. My friends are my family members. So it's like, it's hard to get through to me, you know, and it's not being selfish or anything. It's just, that's just the way I am. So, but once I get to know somebody, then you in there. We good. We good.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was okay. So maybe that's what you guys knew who I was. But that was always, and I never thought like, oh, he's just horrible. But I knew it was something. Either he's uncomfortable, he's shy, is something. But okay, so that's good to know. And that's always good to say because I suffer with anxiety and panic disorder. Wow. And so I get in elevators and stuff. Matter of fact, I do a radio show on Saturday mornings. I'm riding 16 floors up, so I'm working on it. So I have to get on that 16 floors. But I didn't used to tell people. So there are certain things that you do, maybe be snippy sometimes, and people did not like me for some of those things. And as time went on, I started disclosing that, hey, this is not embarrassing anymore. This is something that, you know, I have, and you know, whatever. But I did that and made other people, you know, say stuff. So anyway, that's something with me. Cruises. That's why I like cruises so much, because I was scared to fly for years. So cruises was my thing, because I couldn't I wouldn't fly, but
I love cruises now, man.
Love it.
I was
so bad we had to cancel this year.
Man, I was so upset, man.
Yeah. I tried to hang on. You guys had canceled before me, and I tried to hang in there, and it was like, Mama, it ain't gonna happen.
So bad, man, because I had never been to Jamaica.
And, I know, that's right. You guys were going to Jamaica this time.
Bahamas was so good, and Cozumel was nice, and I'm like, man,
you would have loved Jamaica, but you will. It'll come back. I've been watching the. They sent us these updates. Yeah, they sent us these. Matter of fact, they're having a rally. It's so funny. They're having this rally at some of the ports, and they're gonna take their signs out saying it's time to get us back to work. So they sent all the travel agents this thing saying, come out with your signs, and this is what you can say on the sign. So they're trying, but I mean, because my mom was like, well, let's go ahead and start. I said, well, Mama, we gotta wait until they say it's safe, because we don't want to be the ones inviting people out to go on that thing and it's not ready. Let's wait till they say let's go. Because one of my other visions is actually to do a trip, like not even just a cruise, like a fly trip. I just have to figure out, you know, how we're doing the equipment, how such a headache that is with customs. So I'm going to do some research to see if maybe there's equipment there that we could just rent. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's something that I thought about doing, is just because we've done cruises and we're going to continue to do those, but I would love to take people and just go, like, send some of the comedians back in the day went to Cabo and that, and did festivals. And so that's kind of what I want to do. I'm not gonna hold you much longer, but I appreciate your answer my questions.
Yeah, we're getting it in. Let's get it.
Will you take the vaccine after the FDA approves it?
I don't know. I don't know.
You gonna think about it?
I really don't talk about stuff like that.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
don't know. All I can say is I don't know. I mean,
you just don't know yet. Okay, that's fair. And I don't know. So with light being shed on racial disparities and police violence against Black and brown people, and being brought to the forefront, you have two beautiful babies. Have you thought about how they're too young to know about that now, but have you thought about how you will, especially your son, how are you going to have that kind of conversation with him about things? I don't know how it is in Louisiana, to be honest with you. I don't know. Will you have a conversation with him?
I hadn't really thought
about it
because they're so young. Me and my brother talk about a lot of things. You know, that's one thing about me, and I'll be frank and honest with you. I don't speak politics. I don't speak religion. I don't really speak race. None of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you know, I feel like that's something that's private. You know, but when it comes to family, you know, we talk about a lot of things as a family, and that subject comes up a lot, and we discuss it. We all know what we should do, and I just think, man, just try to avoid stuff, man. Try your best to avoid being in places where it could potentially be hazardous, and that's the conversation I'll probably have with my son. You know, definitely. Well, when he gets older. But at the end of the day, man, you know, we can't stop other people's actions, so we just have to try our best to prepare for whatever life brings us, and you know, and move forward. You know.
And I say that to people too. I was telling someone just today about social media. They were saying people put everything on social media. I said, you know, I put a lot on social media, but things that are sacred to me, I don't put it on social media. So I appreciate your being transparent about that.
Yeah. I think social media, I don't put much on social media at all. You know, my family life, I don't really, I'll put important things, dates and stuff like that, birthdays and, you know, stuff like that. But my personal time with my people, my personal time with my people, and, you know, that's not meant for everybody. And you know.
My daughter, my youngest daughter, will say that to me sometimes. She's like, well, we going out to eat. Can we just go out to eat? So
right.
And I try to, I don't always respect it, but I've done a little bit better. What encouraging advice would you give the Zodiacal bands who are getting frustrated because they may not get booked as much as other bands? You know, you don't want them to give up. They work hard and they practice hard, but it's like, I ain't getting nowhere. Nobody's booking me. What encouragement could you give to them?
The main thing I can say to the younger artists is to try harder to distinguish yourself from other people, from other musicians. Be creative. Try to do things that nobody else is doing. Make yourself marketable. Marketing is very, very important. Marketing for me is why I think I'm still performing, to be honest with you, because we do so many things to promote ourselves. But as far as being unique, my music is different. I think my voice is different. I think my style of playing is different. So when you get that combination, it's hard for somebody else to be you. It's hard for somebody else to be who you are. I mean, so my thing is just be who you are, be unique, be different, and take the time where you're not getting booked as you know, look at the bright side. I mean, practice, be ready. Opportunities come at times where you never expected. I played Zydeco music from I started playing with a band in 1998, and I think I started making money and getting booked consistently in 2012.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so that's where we at. So when you think that a year or 2 years into the game is something, oh man, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
They don't look back and see, well, Nate getting this or Nate getting that. I mean, look how many years that I didn't, and I didn't give up. So don't give up. I mean, I took that time to continue getting better. I think I got better. Some people think I was. But anyway, so no, jokes off aside. So just take that time to just practice your craft, man. And you gotta love it. Anything that you're doing where you're in your own business, you have to love it. Because if you don't love it, you're not gonna stay in business long. And I'm still in business because I love what I do. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be in it, because there's ups and downs. Sometimes the downs outweigh the downs outweigh the ups. Sometimes the ups outweigh the downs. But when you love what you're doing, you're gonna strive to push forward. So man, just keep being positive. Look at everything as a positive move, even though sometimes people may feel it's negative. Look at the positives in everything and continue doing it. That's all I can say to the younger artists, man. Just be prepared for when the opportunity comes.
And keep practicing too.
Right.
So
Keep
don't give up.
The gigs that y'all play, whether there's one person there or 1,000 people there, play your best, because that one person might be the one to book you. And that's what I had always strived to do. Nowadays, my back be hurting, so I'll be trying.
Is that why? Because I didn't get to see the shows where they say you used to, I think you used to lay on your back or something. They say you used to do all kind of stuff. I'm like, whoo, I ain't seen none of that. That was before my time, I guess.
Yeah.
And stand on the speakers. Do you dance?
Zydeco. I'm not too much of a dancer.
Okay.
I would say negative.
Tell us where we can see you perform at next.
My next performance publicly is going to be Sunday at Prospect Park. Future performances, I'll be at Zumbero in November. It's scattered, man. It's scattered.
Okay. But it's good that y'all are getting back in.
Yeah. Prospect is pretty consistent right now. And then in January, there's going to be some things coming up, and we'll start it back and getting it moving around. So
you're not doing an annual birthday party?
I'm still debating on that. I might just call one of my parties a gig at Prospect.
Okay.
Because Louisiana is still under restrictions as far as having events. I usually do a Louisiana party and a Houston party.
Yeah.
But
how did y'all fare through the storm? Like, did y'all get anything? Any damage?
Fortunately, I didn't get any major damages. A couple of my rental properties, some shingles fell off the roof and stuff.
Okay.
But not much.
Well, I want to shout out to your Native Divas again and say happy birthday to Lee.
Yeah.
Lee, happy birthday. Whoop, whoop.
Happy birthday, Chef.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chef. I gotta say that. I don't sound right saying none of trying to do no kind of accents. But lastly, my friend, and I guess kind of really my mentor, and I talk about him a lot just because hopefully one day I can get past it. But Tito, he was my mentor in the club and night business, and he passed of COVID-related illnesses. I'm planning an event that's going to be an annual event, and it will be a scholarship. I was going to be a gala, but it's going to probably be a semi-formal thing. But I'm saying that to say it's going to, he was very big on higher education. He donated a lot of money to colleges, especially TSU, and he loved and believed in live music. He gave some of live music performers some of their very first opportunities to perform. So what I'm planning to do is do this annual event. It'll be big, be live music, and I'm going to do a scholarship to students who are planning to major in music and attend TSU. Saying all that to say that I've already mentioned it to Tucker, but I also want to mention it to you because I'm going to definitely be knocking on your door to help me grade some scholarship applications. Because probably to help me come up with this essay question that I'm gonna need them to do about music. But anyway, I wanted to put that on your mind. I want to say it publicly. That's how I'm going to keep his legacy alive and pay homage to a man who really, really helped live music. And he gave me an opportunity to pretend like I owned a club. So I want you to keep that in mind. Do you have any last words?
I mean, 2021 is gonna be crazy. We got a lot of things. We're gonna start up in January. It's gonna be some big things going on. New album coming out. It's called Lockdown in the Booth. It's all about all the music that I recorded during the pandemic situation. Okay. Like I said, we got the cider beer coming out. We got the Texas edition of the Lithium Natron book. And I mean, it's crazy that you mentioned the cruise situation because we got the 2021 cruise we're gonna be doing for my birthday. So that's gonna be pretty. Everybody, we got canceled for Jamaica, but we're gonna do Belize this year, 2021. So
that's gonna be cool.
Gonna be pretty cool. And
I actually was gonna jump on the cruise. I was gonna do both of ours actually at the time. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do that too.
Everybody was so disappointed because everything got canceled. Man, that was crazy, bro. I was looking forward to going to Jamaica, man. But I think Belize will be pretty nice too. So
it's gonna be really nice. That's somewhere I had not been yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna keep performing and keep doing things within the guidelines and try to be respectful of what's going on. And we're excited, man. We're excited. Very excited.
We're definitely excited about what you guys and everybody getting back to music. I'm really glad about that because what I do say is like music is so much to everybody because when we were locked down and we could only go certain places, I went to I love live music. I like to swing out, but I also love live music. So I was going to places to where I could go just sit and listen to live music. I wouldn't dance, but I could just do that. So I'm excited that it's really, really coming back and because it helps so many people. Like music does so much. But thank you again, Nate. One more, I gotta say this. The music that you're about to put out that you recorded during the pandemic, you don't talk about politics, so you won't say anything about, because I was thinking about, you remember the 70s music, what's the song, What's Going On, and then you got your 80s and 90s hip hop kind of stuff that I used to love. Like, do you have anything like that?
Nah, man, I just
how you were feeling.
I go to the polls, man. That's what I do, man.
There you go. That's it.
And continue getting my education. That's all I can say about speaking on that is, man, get your education, bro. Be dictators of your life and try to be influences on people. But in order to do that, the credentials got to be there. Because we can talk all we want, but you got to put yourself in a position to make changes. So get your education.
Multiple streams of income is the phrase I've been using. So thank you again.
I'm into everything.
You are into everything. I'm about to be like you because I'm doing multiple things, but ain't no money coming in. You gotta get this money. But I appreciate you and everything that you do. I hope you to continue to work with you. And we got this Tito thing coming up. I haven't got a name for it yet. Oh, ZBT Awards also. There's gonna be an award for for Tito in Tito's name next year.
All right.
For community service in the music. So I'm doing something. That's kind of what I'm doing. To pay homage to him. But thank you guys for making the choice to click in to chat with Trina. Make sure you go to www.youtube.com/chatwithtrina and hit subscribe. And then click that bell so that you can know when I upload a new video. Nate, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. All right. Bye.
Be safe.
Okay. See you later.
Thank you again, Nate, for chatting with Trina. I really appreciate it. And not only for that, but for being so open, honest, and transparent. I really appreciate you. And I wish you the best on all of your future endeavors. I hope to see you in 2021 on that water. And guys, thank you for making the choice to click in to chat with Trina. And don't forget, go to youtube.com/chatwithtrina and click subscribe. And then that little bell, hit it so that you can be notified when I upload a new video.